What's up, YouTube? Um, Back at it with my second video. What I wanted to kind of guys give you some information on is I during this holiday season worked 24 days straight, and just some advice for anybody that's coming on or thinking about coming on, and the best time to kind of come on. So a lot of the veterans I worked with at the post office, they would tell me, if you can make it through the holiday season, you'll be able to make it anytime. And they also did say, just if you make it through this time right now, it was just with the pandemic and everything and the holiday season. Because I started, I think I told you guys November 7th, and I had to go through the academy orientation, all that. But my first starting date was December. I can't remember, but it was right at the beginning of December. And I worked all the way up until Christmas Eve. Didn't work Christmas, and then the next day. And actually, this is barely one of my days off that I've had in a while. So just want to kind of give some information on the holiday season, what my perspective is, and just kind of give you guys, all the information that try to help you guys out. Just kind of start off. So I did a lot of parcel runs throughout this holiday season, and it was just and as a RCA, where I'm living, the location, we hit a lot of the outskirts, and man, I was kind of all over doing different routes, depending on your station and how many routes you guys have. They'll say, hey, hit route. They kind of keep you within that same vicinity or wherever those packages are located. So they would tell me, hey, hit route 20, 22, and 24. And just because those are subdivisions that are all within the same vicinity. So yeah, it was a lot. Coming in, I would come in pretty early, and as soon as the clerk or the PSE, he would get him or the holiday person would get done throwing out the packages. There was quite a few of us that would be, all right, our supervisors you take these routes, you take these routes, and you take these routes, kind of spreading it. And we would do that until I don't know how long. And then depending how overloaded your regulars were that already are, your regulars are your people that already set, and that's their route. And we would kind of help them, so if they couldn't fit something, few of their packages, or quite a few of the packages didn't fit in their vehicles, we would go ahead and take those for them on certain routes. So just staying busy. Definitely, it was a lot, and that's definitely a lot. Like I was saying, the veterans, the regulars, the careers, they would be the ones that kind of tell me, say, hey, if you go hang tight throughout the holiday season, you'll be all right. And once I would get my route that I would cover on the day I was specifically supposed to cover, yeah, it definitely is, just with the mail and the packages, and you got so much things kind of going on, and just you're like, oh man, this is so much. So I could understand if you're feeling overwhelmed, you'll get through it. I mean, I'm still starting, so just being a starter as an RCA, it's a lot. It's like, oh man, I don't think I'm gonna be able to deliver all these packages and this mail. And to top it off, if you have CBUs are those little they're where everybody goes to one location for their mail or their packages, and where you use your key. And yeah, and you're like, oh man, you say you have 5 or 6 of those, and you put all your packages, and you're like, oh man, I still got 10 more packages. Where do I take them? Well, you gotta take them in that vicinity of that location. But yeah, I worked 24 days straight. It was no days off, but you know what, I was ready for it. Well, I can't really say I was ready for how the mail worked, but I was ready to work. So throughout this whole time period, 3 people did leave that were recently hired on, and yeah, they didn't make it throughout this little time of the holiday season. But So like the title says, 24 days straight, it was a grind. And yeah, just anybody that comes on the holiday season, be ready. Yeah, it's gonna be some, but you'll make it through. They do give you help. My station where I'm working at right now, they gave me a lot of help. Just because they knew, they're like, oh yeah, he's gonna take a lot more time compared to a veteran that knows the route like this and to a T. But that really went. And just if you guys have any questions, comments, just leave them up in the comment section. But just wanted to just let you know, man, it's a grind. Be ready for it if you come on holiday season. But hit me up in the comments. All right.